Alright guys, so I finally beat all Batman, well, Arkham Batman games at the hardest difficulties, because that's kind of one of my channel's gimmicks, you know, it's I beat games at the hardest difficulties, and I also beat them at the hardest difficulties, like the first time I play them as well. So the last Arkham Batman that I beat was Arkham Origins, which I will talk about at the end, plenty actually, well, not plenty, but you know. So yeah, let's go in chronological order. The first Batman that I have played was Arkham Asylum, and let me find it. Okay, so biggest bank. Deliver an explosive knockout blow to the Joker, hard difficulty. 6.5% of players have this achievement. So this was the first one, and as you can see, a lot of people actually got it. Well, I consider it anything below 5% is rare. Anything below 10% is kind of rare, but not really. Still a lot, you know, if you ask me. But you know, since it's my video, I say what I consider rare. So, and then anything below 2.5% is very rare, and then you have even more rare kind of. But anyway. Next I've played was Arkham City. By the way, Arkham Asylum doesn't have New Game Plus. It's the only Arkham game that doesn't have New Game Plus, so this is officially the hardest difficulty, you know. Arkham City. Twice nightly, complete New Game Plus. 4.1% of players have this achievement. So I enjoy it, you know, as I said before, Arkham City. And to me it wasn't really much of a pain, I guess, to actually get this achievement. Now, the third Arkham games that I've played and finished at the hardest difficulty, well, I've played Origins third, but in terms of achievements, Arkham Knight is the first one after Asylum and the City. So let me see, the long Halloween, so it wasn't that long ago, Wayne vs. Crane in New Story Plus. 3.6% of players have this achievement. Now this was pain in the ass. To be fair, that's because I despise Arkham Knight. It's a garbage game. You know, I've made a video before where, and I will actually get back to it very soon, but I mean in this video I've made a video where I ranked all of these games, and I really suffered through Arkham Knight, you know. And some people might ask, you know, if I despise these games that much, why do I play them? Well, because it's a channel's gimmick, you know. I play games at the hardest difficulties, and Batman games don't let you pick the hardest difficulties unless you beat you know, previous highest difficulty first, you know. Only then they unlock the hardest difficulty for you. So yeah, there wasn't much difference, to be fair, between hard difficulty and New Game Plus difficulty for Arkham Knight, but New Game Plus was definitely harder, I would say. Slightly, you know. Honestly, I didn't notice much difference. It was kind of the same, really. I don't even know what's the point. but I needed this achievement to kind of, because I have to complete all games at the hardest difficulties. So yeah, pretty rare, I guess. Yeah, that definitely falls into rare category, just like Arkham City. This is even more rare, which is strange considering that, from what I understand, a lot of people love Arkham Knight. They love all of these shitty games, except City. I mean, City was alright, but yeah, all other games were shit. So, yeah, you would think that people who love these games that much would finish them at the hardest difficulties as well, but that doesn't seem to be the case for some reason. I don't know. Okay, so Origins is the last one. In fact, I completed it today, literally. And here is this achievement. July 26th, 2024, so today. I am the Knight. Finish I am the Knight mode. 2.0% of players have this achievement. So, to those of you who don't know, I am the Knight is basically it's just like New Game Plus, but you can't die. So I completed this game at New Game Plus level difficulty without dying. So essentially I got this achievement as well. The previous achievement was for New Game Plus. Give them something to believe. Complete New Game Plus. 3.9% of players have this achievement. So wait, is it the same as Knight? I don't remember. Okay, so yeah, 3.6 is Arkham Knight, and 3.9 is Arkham Origins. So yeah, this game unlocks two different difficulties instead of one. Unlike other Arkham games, this is the only Arkham game where you get this kind of difficulty. Where you cannot die. So, and that is such a cheap difficulty, because it's not difficult because it's difficult. It's difficult because you can't die. That's it. Like, I mean, it's dumb. So, I actually hate it, when games do this, when they unlock difficulties instead of allowing you to play at any difficulty you want right away. That's what I hate about video games. Even masterpieces, well, not masterpieces, okay. Even great games like Binary Domain. Okay, absolutely fantastic games. Even Binary Domain had this issue where if you want to play at the hardest difficulty, you should already you should play this game at hard difficulty first. Then the hardest difficulty will be unlocked. Now, to be fair, this is such a good game that it wasn't an issue to me at all, and I enjoyed playing this game a few times. I actually finished it a few times, but my point is, it still doesn't negate the fact that players should be allowed to play at any difficulty they want right away. Like that's what I think. I don't know. I don't know why they do it. Why not just let me pick whatever difficulty I want right away? I just don't. So yeah, I was talking about that video where I rank all Arkham games, and I actually changed my mind. Arkham Origins, upon replaying this garbage game, I actually changed my mind. It's even worse than Arkham Knight. Okay, it's such a buggy mess, which it was. I noticed it when I played it for the first time. I noticed it's a buggy mess, but like, it's even worse than I remember. At least Arkham, no matter how much I despise Arkham Knight, and by the way, I'm not saying that if you love these games, you're a piece of shit or whatever, right? I'm just saying that if you're one of those retards who says these Arkham games are masterpieces or they're great or some other dumb shit like this, well, then it's sad. It's really sad, okay? I mean, you have issues, okay? Like, if you believe this shit, then you're a fucking retard. Like, but yeah, so Arkham Origins is actually worse than Arkham Knight, because no matter how much I despise Arkham Knight, at least it's playable, So I can at least somewhat enjoy it in a sense that it's not that buggy. I mean, I don't even remember that many. I don't remember any moment where anyone would just teleport. Like, enemies literally can teleport. I'm not joking. Enemies can teleport in this game. Which actually, it's not a minor issue, because not only it breaks immersion into this game, but it also actually might fuck you up, because sometimes, right, I think I am undercover and enemy teleports in front of me, which actually happened. So in fact, it happened during I Am the Knight walkthrough, when I tried to get this this achievement. It happened during that walkthrough, and it didn't fuck me up because I was lucky. Okay, so I was simply lucky, and that's it. Like, but enemy teleported in front of me, and I've had a few situations where that happened. So it's not even a rare event where it happens once. I mean, even if it was rare, that should not be allowed, because again, it's just first of all, it shouldn't happen, and second of all, it can fuck you up, as I said. What if enemy teleports in front of you and kills you, when you didn't expect? It shouldn't happen. Enemies fly away after you punch them. They fly into a fucking stratosphere, I don't know. Batman can sometimes get a speed boost when he I actually got a speed boost when I tried to dodge an attack, or not an attack, but when I tried to dodge, Batman basically got speed boost, and he skyrocketed into another fucking corner of the map. I'm not even joking. That's what happened, and you get invisible walls, kind of, hitboxes that don't let you continue unless you just keep running and hoping that, okay, maybe this time I can, This time I can go through this fucking invisible barrier that doesn't let me in. That actually happens in this game. I don't remember a single Arkham game where I had invisible walls, okay? But in this game you have it. Big guys with armor. You actually can't even beat them unless you use combo multiplier, when like 8 attacks, and then you get this kind of ability to neutralize someone super fast, so that kind of thing. The only way you can beat these guys is if before every other enemy drops, you get enough combo multiplier to actually use it on this big guy with armor, right? So, and then Batman will, take that armor away. I mean, he will take that armor off, okay? And then you will be able to actually kill a big guy. But if all other enemies drop before you can use this combo multiplier takedown, then you can't beat this guy, and game doesn't tell you how. Okay, maybe you can beat this guy, but the game doesn't even tell you how to do it. Right when he runs towards a wall, and he kind of gets temporarily stunned, and I'm pressing attack buttons, but nothing happens. Batman just does this dumb kind of dance, He tries. I'm pressing attack button, but Batman does nothing. Okay, I'm trying different things, trying to finish him off, but that also doesn't work. Batman keeps doing this dumb dance, thing. So you can't even take them down unless you have someone nearby to actually get combo multipliers. That's horrible. Okay, that's horrible. And speaking of dumb dance, sometimes I'm trying to finish someone off when they lie on the ground, okay? When an enemy lies on the ground, I'm trying to finish them off. But Batman, sometimes he just doesn't. In fact, quite often he doesn't. He just does this dumb dance, He just doesn't, he refuses to finish an enemy off. Like, I don't know, it's such a buggy mess. Also, big guys, pretty much when you do this, when you counter attacks, right? So when you counter enemies' attacks, all other enemies immediately stand still and let you finish. Except big guys, for some reason they're the only ones who don't care which attack you do. Unless it's combo multiplier, actually, in which case they stand still. I mean, this is retarded. Okay, even when I do counter attacks, that big guy approaches me and hits me, and I take damage. What kind of bullshit is this? How is this fair? I mean, what am I supposed to do? And when Batman does counter attacks, he stands still. Okay, that's a thing. You can't even dodge, or whatever. Not that you should, because that you see that all other enemies stand still and let you finish, right? Then why doesn't a big guy let you finish as well? Why does he attack but nobody else does? Why did developers design this game in such a, like, it's a garbage game? Why did they make it so inconsistently? At least make it consistent. In fact, even counter attacks, sometimes I can, not always, but sometimes I can even break animation. When animation of counter attack happens, I can sometimes even cancel it. Well, not break, cancel it. So, and that actually happened as well during I Am the Night walkthrough, when I actually accidentally cancelled animation of counterattack, and then that enemy that I tried to counterattack just kept attacking me. So Batman can sometimes cancel animation of you can sometimes cancel it animation of counterattack. I mean, but sometimes you can't. In fact, most of the times you can't. So you can tell it's a glitch. But it shouldn't happen. It never happens in any Arkham Knight, like not even Arkham Knight. In any Arkham game, it doesn't happen. I already talked about graphics. Graphics in this game look even worse than. Oh my god. Oh my god, it looks even worse than Asylum. I'm not even joking. At least Asylum was the first game, the first Arkham game. But what excuse does Arkham Origins have? Also, mouth movements, when they talk, it looks so weird. It's like it's a horribly animated characters, character models. Their mouth movements are horribly animated. Okay, it's horrible. It never in Arkham City. When they talk, it actually looks like they talk. So what happened? I mean, Arkham City was a previous game. Like, you can tell people who, I don't know, are these even the same developers that developed previous Arkham games? Because if they are, I don't understand what they were doing. I mean, they got lazy. Like, you can tell they got lazy, okay? Like, they stopped giving a shit because, you know, we got profit, you know. Why should we give a shit? People will still buy it. You know, this shitty game. I mean, I bought all of these games for $2.50 each of them, so it's not that big of a deal, I guess. I mean, they are not worth amount of money that developers ask for them, especially Arkham Origins. Like, Arkham Origins, it's one of the worst games I have ever played. At least Arkham Knight has good graphics. It's not a buggy mess. You know, big guys in Arkham Knight let you finish your counterattack. And you can take them down pretty easily, actually. You can stun them, you can, you know, hurt them. So it's not too bad. So yeah, Arkham Origins is even worse than Arkham Knight, actually. I don't know, graphics, I said, animation, I said. There are way more things, man. I don't even remember all of them. But yeah. Maybe I will remember, yeah, give me time. Yeah, I was also, the first time I finished this game, I also said that it doesn't have much content after you finish the game, which is true. And I think, I mean, no other Arkham game has these kind of difficulties. Remember when I said it? And why is that? And I think it's because remember, developers of this game were so fucking lazy and they didn't give a shit. So instead of adding content to this game, they decided to just add additional difficulty, which doesn't add anything new. You can die. That's it. Throughout the entire gameplay. I mean, that's retarded. Also, they lie. They actually lied. When you finish New Game Plus, they give you a message that new difficulty is unlocked. You will be able to use all of your items that you know, have in New Game Plus. And you will be able to use, like, right away, you will be able to use all items for I Am the Knight difficulty. That's what they said. Like, literally, they promised you that. And then when you play I Am the Knight and you check through your inventory, you see that you don't have those items. They literally lied to you. They don't give you those items. That makes me wonder, what even the point of having New Game Plus difficulty if you aren't allowed to use all of your items? In all other Arkham games, New Game Plus difficulty, they let you use all of your items right away. But here, in none of those difficulties, they'll let you do it. Also, the way enemies aim is extremely unfair. The moment one of them notices you, everyone else immediately snaps, like instantly, and instantly shoots you. I mean, it's not realistic. You could at least make it realistic. People don't snap like this. It's unfair. It's simply unfair. Okay, I'm not talking about realism in a kind of I don't know how to explain it, but I'm not talking about realism in the sense that Batman games should be like real life. I'm saying that people, like, well, I mean, nobody snaps like this. Instantly, 180, snap, instant, and everyone snaps at you and shoots you instantly. Nobody does it. They should give, like, enemies must have some kind of time before they can actually turn around and aim at you. That's more realistic. Right, I'm not saying that Batman should be realistic. I'm saying that enemies that aren't Batman cannot do it. They shouldn't be able to do it. Humans don't do it like this. I mean, even Batman wouldn't be able to do it. But random enemies can instantly snap like this and hit you, which happened during my walkthrough. Also, snipers in this game are, so once they notice you, they won't let go of you. Like, they will literally track you through walls, which also happened during I Am the Night gameplay. Snipers, like, I had a sniper who just kept tracking me. Like, I even tried to create distance so that he would, maybe, forget about me, So he forgot about me. I tried to create distance and then went back. And guess what? He still tracks me through walls. Even when I used a smoke bomb and tried to go somewhere else, he tracked me through walls. Like, again, people don't do this. They can't track you through walls. Okay? How is this fair? When you make difficulty for a video game, make it fair in a sense that there are things that enemies, it's just unbelievable. Okay, it breaks immersion. There are things that enemies simply should not be able to do. And enemies aren't even that interesting. Okay, like AI, like enemy AI is so bad. Okay, it's bad. I don't know which game to compare to. I mean, I guess all Arkham games suffer from it, but I feel like in this game I wouldn't be surprised that it's even worse than in any other Arkham game. And another thing I forgot to mention about big guys that really annoys me is that you can't even hurt them or stun them in this game. Like, you have to get rid of that armor. And then your punches don't really hurt them. They just big guys animations don't change. So yeah, another thing I really fucking hate about this game is that sometimes during boss battles, and not even boss battles, I think during a lot of moments, but boss battles, for example, Firefly, the game doesn't even tell you what to do. Which is strange, considering that when I played this game at hard difficulty, it actually told me what to do. But when I played at New Game Plus difficulty and at I Am the Night difficulty, the game literally didn't tell me. In some situations you have to press certain buttons and the game doesn't tell me that, okay? When you fight Deathstroke, sometimes he would attach, I believe it's like gasoline, well, not gasoline, but it's like compressed gas. Okay, so he attaches you to a compressed gas canister, and in hard difficulty, I mean not in hard, but at hard difficulty, the game tells you what to do. Like, but it doesn't tell me what to do at New Game Plus difficulty or I Am the Night difficulty. What the game just expects me to remember it somehow? I mean, why would you expect players to remember what to do? During Firefly boss fight, so you have to press some buttons. I just press spacebar plus left and right mouse buttons, basically all at the same time, because I didn't know what I should press, so I just pressed everything. So the game doesn't tell you that. Why? In no other Batman game that's the case. They always tell you what to do, regardless of difficulty. And boss fights aren't even that interesting. All boss fights in this game are lame, except Copperhead. I actually enjoyed Copperhead. I mean, it's actually the only thing I enjoyed about this game. I'm not even joking right now. I can't think of anything else that I really liked. Copperhead boss battle was relatively the best, which isn't saying much considering that all other boss battles were garbage. I mean, when you fight against Deathstroke, he just does this kind of pre-programmed animation, and you kind of just have to slowly endure it and then press buttons, and that's it. It's kind of like quick time event, and quick time events are fucking dumb. Okay, they used to be popular at some point when Mortal Kombat X, around that era, during Mortal Kombat X era, new games would introduce quick time events, and that's just dumb. I mean, it's not interesting, it's not engaging. You just slowly watch through this shit and press buttons, and that's it. Is it really interesting? So that's exactly what you experience when you fight against Deathstroke. Firefly is just fucking easy. Firefly is so fucking easy, it's not even interesting. Why would you, I don't know. Bane is also lame. I mean, he does this move, then you stun him, then you punch him a bit and get combo multiplier and use it on him, and then you just keep punching him some more, get some more combo multiplier, again use it on him, and when he uses his ability, you just dodge. And it's not even easy to dodge either. I mean, he just runs after you, okay? Not just in a straight line, he actually runs after you. So, yeah, and when he does ground slam, you have to be very precise with your jump, essentially. You need to know the right timing. So, it's not an interesting boss. I mean, you can't even hurt him normally. You just have to get rid of those fucking tubes that feed Bane's system with venom, right? So it's not engaging. Copperhead was 100% engaging. Like it's just beating her ass. Counter-attack, just beating her ass some more again later. I mean, and that's it. Like, it was interesting. Story was garbage as well, okay? Asylum was somewhat interesting. I mean, it was Joker who tried to make his own army of Banes, essentially, which is actually kind of interesting, it's not like super interesting, so it's not like super interesting, but it's I don't know, it's interesting enough, right? So of course I would want more, but it's good enough, I guess. And I don't even remember any storyline in comic books where Joker actually wanted to make his own army of Banes, which is kind of surprising, right? You would think that in all those decades of comic books, someone would already make this storyline. But yeah, this storyline, as far as I know, only exists in Arkham universe. So Arkham City, I mean, I enjoyed Arkham City mostly because of the story, right? It was interesting. Okay, so Arkham Origins wasn't. And another problem is that it was Joker the third fucking time. Okay, I'm so fed up with Joker being like main villain. Like, it's not, I mean the only reason, it's pandering, okay? This is just called pandering. And they pander to Joker fans, okay? And the only reason why Joker is even that popular is because he was the first. Well, not the first, maybe, but he was basically, I consider Riddler to be like Batman's true arch nemesis, okay? Which, the only issues is that he is way too, I guess, he is insane, and so he isn't completely rational, and also the fact that he is a wimp. So these bits are kind of, bad for his character, but yeah, I can definitely see why some people might prefer Joker then, but I consider Riddler to be like main arch nemesis, not main, just arch nemesis of Batman. And the only reason why he isn't, like, main reason, is that Riddler appeared in comic books 8 years, I think it was 8 years later than Joker. So Joker had actually way more time to, set himself in stone, so to speak. Right, so he set himself in stone as this kind of main Batman villain, right? So it's main reason. Okay, but Joker isn't even that interesting, okay? I don't want to see Joker 3 times in a row, okay? I don't. They may, and he was in Asylum, well, not Asylum, in Arkham Knight, they again made Joker main villain. Okay, so at least I have to admit that in Arkham Knight, Joker was actually the best part of the game, because he was hilarious, But all other games, even Arkham City, I enjoyed the story, but then at the end it was again all about Joker, okay? So you don't have to do this shit for Arkham Origins. Try something new without Joker. I don't know, man. So yeah, that doesn't help. And all Batman games are also known for being, they are notorious for being very unintuitive in terms of where to go, how do I do this, how do I get there, where do I even, how do I even get there, if I know that I should go there. Sometimes you don't even know where to go, that's the thing. Batman games are confusing as fuck. like the least confusing game was probably Arkham Asylum. Okay, and Arkham City was like, actually I don't know, I feel like I think Arkham City may be less confusing, I don't know, but I think Arkham City, but yeah, Arkham Origins is such a confusing game. I've had so many instances where I couldn't understand where to go, what to do. You know, there are so many paths, right? Which path do I go? How do I get there? Sometimes it doesn't even, when I use detective vision, I mean, what's the point of even having detective vision if it doesn't highlight, you know, edges on the walls, for example. Sometimes it doesn't highlight, and you just don't know where to go. Like, I'm not even joking, that's what happens. Why don't they highlight? Why they highlight some areas but not others? I mean, why make it so extra confusing to a player? The only other Arkham game that was either as bad or worse, I mean, I would actually say worse, is Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight is the only other Arkham game that was more confusing. I think there's so much to talk about. So I think I don't remember if I said it or not, but so basically this is the only Arkham game where they added third difficulty after, well, not third, but after you complete New Game Plus, there is one more difficulty, and when you realize that it's because they didn't add any content, right? So they decided just to add a new difficulty. Well, I think I said it, yeah. You know. So like, why bother, you know? Just add one more difficulty. That basically just exactly like New Game Plus, right? It's a literal copy-paste of New Game Plus, but just you can't die. Sometimes you also fast travel. I want to talk about it, right? In the game you can travel fast sometimes using Batwing. Here is a problem. Why can't I just use Batwing to travel? Why can't I use it? Or better yet, why can't I just pick any place I want on the map, just press button and travel there? I mean, why can't I do this? Why is there only you know, why are they only set destinations for Batwing? I still have to travel a lot from those destinations. I waste time. In fact, I noticed that pretty much in all Arkham games, most of the time you just run or glide from one place to another. Like a lot of even hours actually. Well, not hours, but around 1 hour of gameplay will be just you. It's just you traveling through. Well, okay, maybe not 1 hour, but like, I don't know, half a hour of the entire gameplay will be just you traveling through the city. Okay, you just waste time. Why do this? You don't do anything interesting. It's boring as fuck. You know, gliding across the entire city. I mean, if player wants it, give him a choice, right? Just give player a choice. If he wants to travel fast, give him that option. If he wants to, you know, observe, you know, or he just wants to fly around, that's fine. Give them that option, but don't force players who don't want to go through this shit. Don't force these players to endure all of this shit, where I have to waste half a hour, actually for nothing, other than just gliding around. Just let me pick place on the map and travel there fast. In fact, sometimes even near kind of fast travel icon on the map. Sometimes you have other icons that intervene with your kind of ability to choose this location. Sometimes the game shows me that I can fast travel, and I'm trying to pick that place, right? But sometimes near that icon there is some other icon that intervenes with my ability to pick fast travel option. So basically the game literally doesn't always let me even have fast travel when I see that it lets me. It shows me this icon, in white color instead of red. If it's red, that means you cannot travel there on a Batwing. But if it's white, that means I can. Yet sometimes the game itself intervenes with it and doesn't let me do that. And upgrades as well. It shows me press tab to upgrade your character. Well, I press it and I enter this upgrade section, but it shows me that all of these items are locked. Well, not items, all of these upgrades that I realistically should be able to buy on through, well, not for these points that I acquire through the game, right? I can buy these upgrades. The game itself shows me that. Yet upgrades themselves are locked. So now again at the start it let me buy some of them, right? I don't know, maybe it's even random which it allows you to buy or not. But why even show me that I can upgrade character if you don't even unlock these upgrades? So all of these upgrades, right? Others remaining upgrades are locked. Like, what the fuck even that? I mean, I can't upgrade Batman anymore. I have 8 points. I think at the end I had like 8 points. So I could have 8 upgrades. But it's over now. I mean, it's done. The game doesn't let me upgrade character anymore. It also annoys me that you can't just hide them every time you exit that window. It keeps showing tab, press tab, and to enter, like, to upgrade your character. It never stops showing that message. Okay, that's annoying. Actually, even other Batman games do the same shit. I fucking hate it. Why not show it in like, why not make a separate section in main menu and let you know how many points you have, if you have them at all, Also, some cutscenes are so fucking long and like, and I can't skip them. The game doesn't let me skip them. Yet the strange thing is, the game actually lets you skip some cutscenes in this game. So why doesn't it let you skip all of them? I don't understand. I mean, there is no reason for it. And if in case you say, well, because in some games, maybe level, loads, maybe a level keeps loading in the background while you watch cutscenes, so those cutscenes exist for that reason. That's not true, because those cutscenes that I can skip, like ability to skip them, appears in like what, less than 10 seconds, right? All of these levels in the game can be loaded super fast. Well, not super fast, but they can be loaded pretty fast, So why do some cutscenes literally last 1 minute? So you're telling me that sometimes level loads in like less than 10 seconds, and sometimes it takes around 1 minute? I mean, it's bullshit. And other video games don't do that, okay? I can't skip cutscenes in any other video game. Why? Level has to load there as well, right? Yet I can skip those cutscenes just fine. So why not in this game? It's just a shitty excuse, okay? It's not a real reason. Real reason is that developers were probably, I'm assuming they were extremely proud of their game, It's such a masterpiece that you have to watch these shitty cutscenes. It's not even a good story, so why the fuck should I watch them every fucking time I play this game? You have to watch these cutscenes every fucking time you play this game. I mean, even if it was a good story, but like, you already saw these cutscenes so many times. Why don't you let players skip them? Why should I watch this shit all the time? There is no excuse. Also, I actually deleted movies folder from the game, and the game loads those levels just fine without all those movies, So it's clearly not because of loading, which I actually have done for, I Am the Night walkthrough. I'm telling you, man, developers, like, they definitely were so on a high horse, okay? They were so delusional about what kind of games they made, right? They became fucking insolent, okay? Developers they fucking lost it, okay? They fucking lost it. They forgot what it's like to actually work, to deserve those money, what it's like to actually put effort and earn those money, okay? Developers forgot that. Just, how about you watch this cutscene, masterpiece cutscene again about this iconic story, masterpiece, legendary, all that shit. So you can enjoy it again, I mean, I don't even know what other word to use. I mean, yeah, so you can enjoy it again, like really enjoy it, because it's such a good game, So like that's how it makes it look like because I can't think of understand this. I think this because all other things about this game really make me think that developers are just so high up, they so high of opinion about themselves and what they quote unquote achieved, as if Arkham Games is an achievement, and so I feel like, and since I can't think of any other reason why I can't skip cutscenes, I mean, this seems to be the only logical one, really. They are just very up their ass. They're just very up their ass, man. So, yeah, anyway, I've said so many things, and I'm sure I forgot some of them. I covered a lot of, I think I covered most of it that I had issues with. I had a lot of issues when I played this game. It's not just cutscenes. Also, some of the in-game, moments, in-game dialogue, where Batman starts, saying some shit, right? You can't always. Sometimes you can skip it. Sometimes you can't. Again, there is no explanation. Sometimes you just have to endure all of this shit again. You already played this game. I mean, even if you didn't play this game, a player should have right to, just skip it. I mean, in Arkham Knight, I can skip dialogues, okay? But I cannot do it in Arkham Origins. Well, sometimes I cannot do it. I don't know. Maybe in Arkham Knight, I don't remember. Maybe sometimes you couldn't skip dialogue either. Actually, sometimes I think you can't. So, again, there is no explanation. And literally nothing would change if they would allow you to do it. Okay? Nothing loads. In fact, we already discussed it and came to the conclusion that it's not about loading levels. It's about the fact that they just want to waste your time. Just for the sake of it. I can't think of anything else, Nothing. Like, it doesn't. There is no purpose for the game itself. The game itself will function just fine. It doesn't serve any function in this game to have this, dumb shit that Batman says, to keep it in the game. It has no function. It just wastes your time. So, I can't remember other things. I'm pretty sure there were more, but oh man, I'm tired. Oh man, I'm tired. So yeah, I completed it, finally completed all Batman games at the hardest difficulties, so now I don't have to think about this shit anymore, If these games would let you pick the hardest difficulties right away, I wouldn't have to play through all of these shitty games again. Okay, that's one of the problems with not letting people pick difficulties that they want right away. Is that even in case if game is shit, I wouldn't want to endure it, you know, again, just to play at the hardest difficulty. You know, they also let you play as a Joker, okay? Yet they don't let you play as a Joker in, say, you know, free roam, you know. Yet he has his own animation, you know. Like he has his own attacks. They animated him. They even animated ability to crouch. Not animated ability to crouch. I mean, they gave him ability to crouch even, which is not even something that you ever get to use as him. Like, why even then? Well, you would think that why the fuck would you give them that ability? Yet it's there. You won't even ever use it. Yet they still gave him that ability. I mean, there is no point. Not point. There is no moment where you play as him, where you get to actually use it. That ability, I mean. So why even bother letting you play as him? I mean, why even go that? I don't know, man. Why even go that far? Just to tease you? I mean, just to tease you then, because I can't think of any other reason. So they just tease you, man, and like, oh, you can play as Joker, you know? Oh, you can, you know? You know, he has his own animation, but you can't play as him in any other situation, pretty much. Why even add him in the game? I mean, and he does, and the funny thing is, when you control him, it doesn't add anything. It's not interesting. It's nothing really, nothing interesting happens. There is no engaging gameplay. You just beat some guys, you know, then you just walk around and that's it. It wastes time. You could just you could let him say all of it through a cutscene that we could skip, right? So we wouldn't have to go through this pointless shit. Yet you have to go through this shit if you want to finish the game. I mean, if you want to, not if you want to finish the game, but if you want to proceed further, you know, into the game. But it doesn't add anything of value, okay? I don't know, it's just so bizarre. Like, why? But again, why let people play as this character? I know I can play as him. You made animations for this character. Like, this character actually has animations, yet you can't play as him. They don't give you, you know, an option to play as him in any other situation. Why even let us play as him? Why even make him playable at all? I don't know. They actually made animations for him, so I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess that's it, you know.